talking with State Representative Jeff Wardlaw. He represents House District 8 out of Bradley County in southeast Arkansas. Jeff is a tomato grower. His family grows tomatoes and produce down there in Bradley County out of Hermitage. And Jeff, thank you for visiting with us just a few minutes.
Absolutely. Good to be here with you today, Ken.
All right, let's talk first of all about your family tomato operation and produce operation. How has the weather impacted the tomato crop this year? And as you answer that, kind of let us know the status of the annual Pink Tomato Festival there, which is, I know, a big economic driver, and it's so important for the people of Warren and Bradley County.
Well, the weather's been as normal as the spring could be in Arkansas. If you don't like it, just wait a second, it'll change. But having a late Easter meant that we had a late cold snap. If you remember, look back, Easter's always cold. And then every other week this year, it seems like we've had one of these strong windstorms and a hailstorm come through. So just dodging all this weather, it's a typical day in a farmer's world. Pink Tomato Festival, it looks like with the COVID-19 rules, we could see the Pink Tomato Festival postponed. Very important to our local economy, very important to our locals for a great homecoming that we use it for. Hopefully we can get this thing put in the fall and hopefully have something the second week of June so people realize that we will still have a real festival.
Well, we know how important the tomato production, the tomato industry is to Arkansas, and Warren, Bradley County, Drew County are the hub of that in our state, and everybody looks forward to the vine ripened tomatoes that come off in June and throughout the summer. So hopefully you anticipate having a good crop this year, and people can, if not in restaurants, at least on roadside stands, farmers markets, things of that nature.
That's right. We are, and looking forward to getting the state open back up over the next couple of weeks, and restaurants back open and the demand's back up for those products. Absolutely.
Well, let's talk about that because of demand in other states, especially in Florida, California, where they're growing year round. We're worried about food waste, lack of demand, and we've read reports where produce has been just disposed of, left to rot in the fields. Hopefully that will not happen here in Arkansas.
Well, that's true. And one thing we've seen is your grocery store sales on fresh produce has never been the high demand. I mean, don't get me wrong, we sell a lot to grocery stores, but it's not your high demand. Restaurants are the high demand. And hopefully people's culture changes and they start buying more fresh produce in grocery stores, and that demand fixes itself over time. But right now with the restaurants on drive-through orders only, their demand is very low, and you are seeing high dumpage in Florida and California right now. I've shared a couple posts from friends of mine in South Florida where they've dumped thousands of tons of produce out. And then you saw Tyson close the meat plant today in Iowa, a pork plant. And their main reason for that is restaurants the demand for pork is low due to the restaurant closes. So we're hoping to get all that back open and supporting our governor and getting it all back open.
Labor an issue for you down there?
Labor's good at the moment. The president put his order out last week and scared everybody on closing the borders. But in this fine print, H-2A labor is still allowed. We're hoping all the farmers adhere to all the health department regulations, 14-day quarantines, and so forth, to keep that public safe and the labor safe. But seems to be okay now. We're to get our big harvest crews in the next few weeks, so I'm sure the public will be real nervous when those crews come into town. But without them, we can't harvest our crops.
One final question. I know in a session that just concluded that you were a part of, broadband. It's a priority for the governor. It's a priority for you to get broadband access in rural Arkansas. What's the latest on that?
We're working with UAMS on some grants to flow some federal money through the state to help enhance broadband. One thing I will say is I want to say thank you to all my area schools. They have put out hotspots to make it available to the community that does not have broadband. As I said earlier in our conversation, broadband is one of these things, it's out there. It's affordability of it is just hard to do in fixed income households. So the schools putting hotspots on buses and parking those buses in places to maintain social distancing, but yet offer access is a huge deal. So thank you to my area schools. I couldn't thank them enough for that.
Amen. Well, thank you, Jeff, for updating us on that. And I know as we go forward, this is going to remain a priority for the state of Arkansas and for Governor Hutchinson to make it more available as these partnerships, these rural cooperative partnerships become available, and as some local communities take advantage of these grant funds that are available through the Farm Bill and other methods. Listen, thanks for visiting with us this morning, just briefly. You have a great harvest, I hope, and we'll look forward to connecting with you here after the 1st of June, perhaps, to see how we're going to go through the summer.
Yes, sir. Thank you for visiting with me, and thank you for what Farm Bureau does for our state. You guys are awesome to the farming community, for sure. Thank you.